What's going on, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing a install of some under bed, under rail lighting, LED lighting, so you can light the bed up whenever you're trying to work. Well, mine's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna try to do it automatic style, so whenever the tailgate's opened, the lighting comes on. I'm gonna try to do that with a magnet switch. I work on RVs, and the dealership that I work for, whenever the parts don't get used or the kit's not required for it, they just get thrown away. So I keep them and try to use them. This is an LED light strip for an awning that didn't get used, because you can cut them down. And this happens to be a perfect length from my bed, so I'm gonna try to put it in. I'm gonna try to use this magnet switch that comes with electric steps for the motorhomes to try to make it automatic. So whenever the tailgate opens up, the lights come on. And I'm gonna try to install the switch down here in this location somewhere. Haven't figured that out yet, but I'm gonna try to use that to make them come on whenever tailgate's opened. So my bed has a bed liner. I don't really like it, but it is what it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it to this location here. It's kind of on an angle, and then the wire is gonna run through this plastic down here, and then down out the bottom of the bed frame. So I'm just gonna stick right there and just drill a hole right through the plastic. So this LED strip, some cheap stuff from China. I found that the white wire is the positive, and these are the colors of each LED color inside of here. If you put them all together, it gets pretty close to white, so that's kind of what I want. It's pretty much white, so I'm going to go ahead and just extend these wires a little longer for me to run down the bedside of my truck. And here I'm just going to use, I think these are heat shrink butt connectors, just to be a little on the safe side. I don't want to short anything out in my truck in the back, since I'm not going to be fusing this directly. I believe I'm going to be tapping into the charge line for the 7-way connector on the toe part, but I haven't tested to see if that's a ignition signal or not. If it is, then I might be screwed with that, so we'll see. Looks like these are heat shrinks, so that's good. I don't know if you guys recognize these or not. These are some of the cheapest wire strippers you can own, but I've owned tons: Snap-on, Blue Point, Mac, and these are my favorite by far. I still have 2 more left in case these break. These right here that I'm using my crimpers, these are Snap-on crimpers. Love these too. But you can't go wrong with cheap Harbor Freight stuff too. So before I go any further, I always like to make sure these things even work before I waste my time installing them. So I went ahead and got me a 12-volt battery. I'm just going to direct touch it to the positive, obviously now, and the negative, and make sure that these lights even work. And they do. So that's about as white as they're going to get with all those colors put together, the wires. So that's kind of what it's going to look like in the bed here. Right now I'm going to show you guys how that magnet switch works. It's very simple. I wish it was an opposite, which would be like when the magnets are apart, that's closed, so closed circuit, so that the lights would come on, because it makes it more difficult to put them together to make the lights to come on, but I'll show you that right now. So as you can see, I just tied in this switch. This is the one part here. Here's the negative. You can do this to either side, positive or negative. You can break either side, whatever's easier for you. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you just the negative side because it's just easier. So here's the magnet switch itself. One end goes to the negative of the LED lights, and then one end goes to the negative. The other end goes here to the negative of the truck, or the battery in this case. You can see the lights are not off and everything's hooked up. As soon as you bring the other part of the switch into the equation, which is the other side of the magnet, and you put that here, boom, the lights come on. Separate them, the lights go off. Put them together, lights come on. It's a very simple design. I don't know what causes contact inside of there. Maybe like mercury or something. I don't know. If you guys know, you can comment it to me and then I'll know forever. But yeah, it's just a real simple switch, and they come with every single step kit. And we probably do 15 a month. So I have tons of these just lying around, different styles too, circles and these ones. But they're pretty nifty if you're trying to do something like this, as you can see. Especially since it's a low draw circuit, it's not going to burn this out at all. If it was a higher draw, you could still use something like this, but maybe implement some kind of a relay and use this as the trigger. That would probably work also. Alright, so now that I know my lights work, before I start mounting them to the wall or anything up here, I'm going to go ahead and drill my hole where I'm going to put those lights. And I decided that a 1/4 inch drill bit is probably going to be more than enough. I may need a little bit more because of the butt connectors, but we'll see how that goes. And one more check before I drill. So I'm probably going to go here. Let's get that a little bit there. So I think I'm going to go right about there. Okay. Let's start fishing that wire and let's see how it goes down. I'm definitely going to need to use a little bit bigger because the wire barely goes through, so I might just elongate it with my bit here since I'm lazy and I don't want to get up and get another bit. And it's just plastic. So my bed liner's a little bit in the way here, so I'm gonna have to take off this, the catch for the tailgate door. It's a T50. Okay, now that that's out, I can give me access to grab the rest of the wiring from behind there. So now I can begin to start running along my bed rail. Now before I place any of this double-sided tape down, I'm going to want to wipe down this for any oils or anything like that. So I'm going to grab a rag and some brake cleaner, or if you had acetone that'd be ideal, but here in the shop we use brake cleaner for quite a bit of things, so I'm just going to use that. Alright, so I got the lights stuck as best I could everywhere. This model, like I said, I don't like bed liners, but it did not want to stick, so I had to put it up on the inside backwards on the right edge over here towards where the wire comes in on this side, and then face front on that back there because of the flat metal. But I'll give you guys a little preview to what it looks like in the bed. So that should be plenty of light for it in the bed. Probably a little more than it needs. And I may end up removing that one along the back because it's not so subtle. It's kind of like in your face, and I don't really want that. So, but I'll try it out. Luckily, these LEDs, you can just cut them wherever's convenient. So we'll see how it goes, and if I want to change it, I will. So as I told you guys, I was going to try to use the 12-volt power from the charge line on the 7-way plug. But I kind of thought that the Ford trucks may not be active all the time and only with the key. But you can see here when I put my emulator in here, no 12-volt signal, so that's a bummer. It means I gotta run one now, but it's okay. I can fuse it and everything now like it should be. So the truck is running and there still is no charge line, so I think I might have a blown fuse. Once I replace that fuse, I'm really hoping that it's still not keyed, because I really don't feel like running a wire the whole way down now. Let's see if I can find the owner's manual and see. I think they're page 193 or something like that. There we go, 194. Let's see, trailer tow backup. What's in there? Passenger airbags. Trailer tow right turn stop. Instrument. Trailer tow left. Trailer tow battery charge. Fuse number 106. 30 amp. It's probably one of those big J case fuses, but let's see. I think this fuse block is actually right here in the passenger front compartment. Yeah. Oh my God. Fuse 106. It's on the bottom, it looks like. Bottom middle. 105, 106. Let's see here. So I pulled that fuse out, it was still good. So, and now I'm looking at maybe a relay. So down here, in the back here, it says trailer tow battery charge relay, full ISO relay, relay number 5. So according to this, relay number 5 is right in the middle. And if you look down here, I don't even have a relay in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. But knowing that there's a relay that needs to be installed there, that pretty much guarantees that's going to be a switched relay, a switched source. So, oh well, I'll have to run one, but I still need this in there. So now we'll check it. Charge line. Okay, I ran the power from the battery in the front with a multi-breaker installed. When on this truck, if you open this up a little bit here, you see there's a little hole that drops down the tail light bucket, and it actually comes down right inside of there. See inside there. Well, up inside there is the wiring. You can't really see it in the video, but it's there. And there you can see the wire coming right out. And then here's the wire that I ran from the front. It's a pretty big gauge, only because I do plan on intending to add a air compressor back here somewhere, so this should be thick enough with a 30 amp fuse at the front to handle it. But I'm just going to use it to power these lights up for now. So I had and wiped that area where I stuck the two pieces to with acetone, and I stuck the magnets there. I think that's enough clearance for it to make contact when it opens and closes. I'm going to test it real quick, make sure it clears. Make sure it separates. Yeah, that's a good separation for it. It should be. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, That'll work. Okay, so I'm just making the last couple of connections here. If I can with one hand, it makes it really difficult. Try to push that in there. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the self-tapper in for the ground. I don't like grounding to the frame of the bed of the truck because it's not really a great ground because of the rubber bumpers, but oh well, I don't feel like going through a frame right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just ground it there. Alright, all the connections are made. Now, gonna go ahead and try it. Tailgate's up. Let's see how they work. Sweet. All done with a little magnet switch. Let's check it again. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna do a dark test with this. I'm gonna turn my flash off. Let's see how bright this puppy looks. Perfect. So you're dark somewhere, you'll be able to get whatever you need out of the back. And it's all automatic. Off, on, off, on. Let's turn the flash on there so you can see the tailgate down.